Eddie Redmayne had incredible success playing Stephen Hawking in The Theory of Everything, including getting that Oscar Gold. Now he has a new challenge playing the first transgendered woman in the late 1920s in The Danish Girl. And he's joining us live now. Hey Eddie, greetings from Las Vegas.
Hey Jeff, how are you?
Hey, I just wanted to say Danish Girl was a phenomenal film. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. Congratulations on an incredible job.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
So now you just played Stephen Hawking to great critical success and Oscar Gold. Now you're doing another biography about the first transgendered woman. Well, it's kind of like a pseudo-biography, right? It's like based on some true events.
Well, it is. I mean, what's interesting about sort of actors' lives is we tend not to have much choice. And what was interesting with this is I was actually cast in The Danish Girl when I was making Les Miserables about 4 years ago, and they'd spent about 15 years trying to get the film made, and it only came into fruition in the past year and a bit. But no, for me it was an incredibly unique love story and a story that I wanted to be a part of.
So what kind of research did you do on Einar Wegener? Because there's not much known about him becoming transgendered. It's kind of sketchy here and there.
Well, the way I approached it was I tried to learn as much as I could about Lily and Gerda's story, really look at the art as well, because they were both artists. So Gerda's paintings of Lily were incredibly informative to me. And then it was about meeting trans women living now and hearing their experience. And everyone was incredibly generous with telling me their stories. And then it was about trying to find that experience, but in the context of the 1920s, when there were no predecessors and there was no trans community or vocabulary even. So that's kind of, I suppose that's how I went about it.
There's so much awareness now of the transgender community and their cause. Frontline did a whole hour special on transgendered kids. I Am Jazz, about a transgendered teenager on the Learning Channel. Of course, Transparent with Jeffrey Tambor. So what was it like playing Lily for you personally? And did the transgendered community reach out to you? Were you a source of inspiration?
Personally, making this film has been just the most wonderful education. One of the great things about being an actor when you get to play parts is in preparation, one tries to meet people who can help you. And the women in the trans community have been so generous that you also make friends. And I've made some extraordinary friendships on this film. As far as, I mean, what's interesting to me is it's almost 100 years since Lily and Gerda's story, and certainly, as you say, in the past couple of years, there's been a sort of sea change in trans issues coming into the mainstream media, but there is still so much more progress to go, and I hope, or my hopes for this film is that it can just help continue that discussion, but also at the core, it's about love, and love not being defined by gender or by bodies, but really about souls meeting. I'm not a method actor at all, and I sort of basically don't really have a technique per se. I kind of, each part I play, I try and approach it, or let the sort of character sort of define how one approaches it. But I think I'm quite good at going home at the end of the day and being just totally me, but my wife, I think, may have other stories. I think occasionally elements of characters stay with you, even if you don't think they do.
One thing that struck me most about The Danish Girl is that even in the 21st century, we have a lot of bigotry and trouble coming out as transgendered or gay or bi or whatever, however different you may be. But now you're playing someone in the 1920s where nothing was acceptable, and there was danger around every corner.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of what I found so extraordinary, and as I learnt so much in preparing, but then always trying to place it back in the context of the 1920s, when Lily really was a pioneer. As you say, there was no predecessor. There was no one she could turn to. And when all the doctors were pathologizing what she was going through, calling her schizophrenic, calling her mad, like, to have that faith in herself was that courage is what I found overwhelming.
Alicia Vikander and you have incredible chemistry together. Was that right from the beginning? Did you see, like, you guys just clicked, this magic?
Well, she's just brilliant. Alicia Vikander is like, she's a sort of a powerhouse and such a kind woman. And one of the wonderful things about this film was, I had a few years to prepare for it, but so you hopefully do all the work in preparation, but when it comes to the day, just getting to play off what Alicia was giving me was the stuff that dreams are made of. So I was incredibly lucky.
Eddie, thanks so much for talking to me today. Danish Girl was fantastic. I wish you all the success with it, and I can't wait to see what you're going to do next.
Go see the Danish Girl if you can. Thank you.
Now, Danish Girl is in theaters now, and if you want to see a remarkable film, make sure you check it out. And for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com, and make sure if you like what you see, which you do, make sure you subscribe below, thumbs up, and share. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard. I'll see you next time.